I don't even know if we can go on after that. I got the Toronto Maple Leafs finishing 8th. Best of Toscala. I don't think I need to say much more than that. I mean, Blake was a good addition, but I just think the main key for them is getting Toscala in the offseason. I just think if Raycroft even played average, the Leafs would have made the playoffs last year. And people forget Toronto's finished 9th 2 years in a row, and people seem to think this team's horrible.
Yeah, they were 1 point out last year.
1 point out 2 years in a row.
Yeah.
So, it's not like they're missing the playoffs by 10 points. I just think they needed the goaltending, and they didn't get it the 2 years they missed the playoffs. So
yeah, that's true. Number 8, I have Philadelphia. They're vastly improved. I don't think they're improved to the point where they could, be a cup contender, but they're definitely a playoff team this year. And I picked them to finish 8th.
I have Philadelphia at 7th, so we don't need to go much further than that. The only difference I think is Martin Biron is overrated.
Yeah.
I still have them making the playoffs, but I think he's a little overrated.
All right. Number 7, I have the Leafs. All they need is a slight improvement, and they've improved quite a bit. So.
Now ask yourself if that made any sense. All they needed was a slight improvement.
All they needed was a slight improvement because they only missed by 1 point.
Oh yeah, and then they improved quite a bit.
Yes.
Okay, well, Paul and I totally disagree on New Jersey. I have them finishing 6th.
Yeah.
I just think the Brodeur factor. I think a guy like Nicholas Bergfors is ready to step up and score some goals. I think Brent Sutter's just going to have him playing a team game. And I think they're actually going to be more of an entertaining team to watch this year and years past. I know they'll still... I just think they're going to be a little more rugged.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be interesting to watch them.
All right, cool. Number 6, I have the Tampa Bay Lightning. Missed the playoffs last year, which was a bit of a surprise. They need the goaltending this year, absolutely. I think one of their 3 might be able to deliver the goods.
Yeah.
Great on offense and kind of weak on defense, but I mean their offense overshadows that.
5, I have Buffalo. They have too much depth on their team to really fall that dramatically. I just think it'll cost them home ice in the first round.
Number 5, Buffalo Sabres. They lost some guys, but I don't think they've lost so much that they're going to suck completely this year.
Well, to show how strong the Atlantic Division is, I have Pittsburgh Penguins finishing 4th, but in reality, I think they'll have the second most points in the East. So they finished 4th by virtue of another team that I'm picking to win the division. But I just think they've come a long way, and I think Christopher Letang on defense, bringing him up. I think another year from Brooks Orpik and Whitney will make them better players. I think Fleury's going to be more consistent. I just think that they should have gotten a backup goaltender for him, and then, of course, their offense speaks for themselves.
Yep. Number 4, I have Pittsburgh as well. They tied with Ottawa last year. Aside from the wins, they could have been 4th as well. They were a bit better than last year, so yeah. Number 4.
Number 3, I have Tampa Bay. I picked them to win the division. I think they'll have less points than Pittsburgh and Buffalo, but they get third just based on that division win. I think Kari Ramo, or someone's going to have to play net for them, and I think they'll be just need average goaltending really to win that division.
Yep. Number 3, totally disagreeing with Brad's number 9 pick, the Carolina Hurricanes. I just think Cam Ward, he obviously can do it. Whether he will or not is a question. Yeah. I tend to think that he will, personally. I think they have a great group of forwards, not necessarily a guy that will stand out at you. Maybe Eric Stahl would be that guy if I had to choose one, but I think 1 to 9 in the forward department, they're probably the best in the East, aside from maybe the Penguins.
Yeah. Well, they're a good forward group, no doubt about it. I just have questions about the defense and Ward. But Ward's definitely got the talent.
Yep.
Ottawa, I have at 2. And I think Ottawa's going to go through a funk the first 15 games of the year, just like everyone always does after they lose in the Stanley Cup final. I just see Ottawa as the team that's going to have a funk in the first bit, but then they'll rebound and win the division.
Yep.
But I just think they're going to be off to a rough start. But I have them finishing 2, so...
Number 2, Ottawa Senators.
Well, there you go. So, I have a feeling we're not going to be able to fit our Western teams in, so we'll have to split this up into 2 more segments because we talk way too much. But I have the New York Rangers finishing 1st. They play a good team game. They got great forwards. They got a good leader in Chris Drury now. They got 2 good leaders in Brent Shannon and Chris Drury.
Yeah.
They have the best goaltender, the second best goaltender in the Eastern Conference. I forgot about Berta there for a second. And yeah, their top 6 forwards are as good as anyone's. So I just have them finishing first. I don't care what people say about their no-name defense. It's good enough. Their no-name defense was pretty good in goals against last year. I don't see how it's going to change this year.
I picked New York number 1 too, and I'm really tired of hearing about their no-name defense, how it's going to get them nowhere.
Yeah.
You look at Pittsburgh last year. They had a no-name defense. They did it. Why can't New York do it this year? They have a better goaltender than Pittsburgh did.
No, yeah, exactly. And I just think, as much as I didn't like the Rangers before, I'm actually looking forward to watching them play this year. I think they'll be one of the most entertaining teams in the East.
Yeah.
And it's going to be fun to watch them play. And it's going to be fun to see what Gomez does when he's not playing defense.
Yeah.
So we'll stop it now, and then we're going to come back and we'll do the Western teams. We can't wait to get this season previews over with because we really want to talk about the season. I'm tired.
Yeah.
I'm tired of...
I want to watch some action.
So do I. And I'm tired of watching training camp crap.